You see, if you believe that there's a God, just know that all the experience you go through, whether good or bad, they're actually predestined to make you become what God plans for you to become. Sorry, I'm starting on this very serious note because there's something I need to share with you. And that's something that I look at retrospectively. Forgive me for using this big English. That means reminiscing on the past from the future point of view. And I'm glad I accepted this experience because it will have cost me my marriage. So many times you're going through very inconvenient experiences and you want to run away. Please don't be running away. Learn from many of these things. It doesn't mean that you should choke yourself in bad situations. But many times, even in those experiences that are uncomfortable, they're actually building you towards something. And why am I saying this? You see, I am married now. As at the time of shooting this video, 2 months from now, I'll be 6 years in marriage. And so far so good, I am enjoying my marriage. It has helped me. But then the person I am now is largely to many of these experiences. And one of these is that it has helped me to become more accommodating and be able to live with someone like my wife. Let me give you this gist. You see, one of the differences that comrade, I usually call her comrade, and I have is that I am a very orderly person. I like keeping things in specific places and want to find them there. Comrade is not that kind of person. She will not misplace things, but she can keep things wherever she wants to keep them. So this is something that somehow I have learned to live with. She's doing her best to make things orderly compared to before, but still. Anyways, let me tell you why this became easier for me. Earlier when we were in the university, as I got my own personal accommodation, I kept things orderly. I know where to pick whatever at whatever time. Then over time, when I moved closer to school, I started having friends that were coming to stay with me. And quite a significant amount of them were very scattered human beings. As much as I didn't enjoy the experience, I had to learn to start accommodating such things. They will intrude, they will scatter things. But then I had to learn to live with them because they're good people, and sincerely, I understood that we had two different upbringing. It's not as if they make things messy, but you know people like us that once we want this thing to be there, it has to be there. Whereas for many of them, it can be here, it can be there. You know how boys are now. But over time, I now look at it and be like, God was training me actually for times like this. Because imagine if I was someone that was very insistent that this thing is here, it must be here. And I didn't learn to open up towards the possibility that there are people that are not like me. And then in order not to make someone feel like this is my house, you are not welcome here, you are a least important person. I don't have that kind of mindset. I now push them away and didn't learn now. It's something like this that will be causing issues between comrade and I. And now that we're not even in Nigeria, our families can come and be settling quarrel for us. We're even in a place that the time zone is so massively different. When they are asleep is when we were awake, and vice versa. So who will come and be settling quarrel for us? So many times that you're running away from some very uncomfortable situations, they're actually things that are brought in by God to make you become better, to make you change. And they might not seem handy now, but eventually you will need those learned experience to thrive wherever you are. So please don't be running away from things because they are uncomfortable. You're not going to go anywhere in this life. I've dropped info for you. Do whatever you want to do with it.